Would you ever own a lion, tiger, or bear as a pet? Of course you wouldn't. Why? Because you recognize these animals as wild, dangerous animals who are capable of doing great harm. Allow me to set the scene. I have been chased by all sorts of dogs, okay? I've been chased by damn near every freaking breed of dog there is. I mean, did you really have a childhood if you've never been chased by a dog? Thankfully, I was only chased by dogs as a child. Now, as an adult, I have a car. I'm not really walking out in the street like that to be vulnerable to stray dogs. So let's see. Remember when I was 7 years old? My mom's ex-husband at the time, her husband at the time, rather. He had an all-white pit bull named Rabbit. He chased me down the street. Thankfully, my stepdad at the time, he was actually able to grab up the dog before he ended up mauling me to death. One of my greatest memories, and not just like a pit bull encounter, but like a dog encounter overall. I'll never forget this. I was in 6th grade, right? I was 11 years old. It was the summer we were out of school. So I was on my way to the 6th grade. It's me, my cousin, and a whole bunch of friends and gang of kids out in the neighborhood in the backyard playing baseball. I was in Sydney, Ohio because, again, it was summertime, school was out. My dad, I would spend summers with him and my dad's side of the family. So it's me and a group of kids. It's like 12 to 15 kids in the backyard. It's like a huge grassy backyard, right? And in this backyard, it's a big ass like cage. Like, you know those big dog kennels? It's not like a dog house. It's like a fence cage, like, you know, like the metal cage. And it was pretty big. It was like I don't know, it's like a 10x4 or something, like, you know, like a jail cell times 3. And in this cage was a big ass pit bull, and her name was Sheba. Yes, like Sheba, like the queen of Sheba. This dog was big as hell, y'all. She was a pit bull again. Big ass head. Like her head was like literally this big ass head. And like she had just given birth. Like it was either 3 weeks prior or a month. Okay, so she had just given birth to a litter of puppies. She was still big. Like you could see that, you know, she was still nursing her, I don't know, the puppies. So she, like, her teats would show or whatever. But again, like she was big. She was already big before that. But since giving birth, like, you know, she has to eat more because she was pregnant. And like she had given birth, so like her head was like massive, and like it was hot. Again, it was the summertime. I was staying at my dad's, and like, you know, my dad's side of the family over the summer. Me and some kids in the backyard playing baseball. We're all between the ages of like say 7 to 12 years old. I'm 11 years old in 6th grade. We in the back playing baseball, and somehow, some way, Sheba breaks free from her cage. I just remembered like one of the little boys started screaming. He was like, "Oh my god, like Sheba is out, Sheba is out." So we already know what it was. Like, okay, this dog, again, like she looked menacing. Again, she had a big ass head, and again, like she had just given birth to a whole litter of puppies. So she really looked like she looked menacing. Like her tongue, again, it was hot. It's the summertime. Her tongue would always just be wagging, like just out, teeth just showing, like just menacing, big as hell. Like she had to have been 100+ pounds, like just muscle. Like even though she was female, she just like you know when you see those dogs, and especially pit bulls, they just got those shoulder blades, like just muscular as fuck. So she gets free from the freaking cage. We all start scrambling, like the kids is running, we screaming bloody murder for our lives. I remember one of the boys literally said, "Oh my god, like Sheba will kill you." Like we already knew that. That's why we were screaming and running for our lives. So it was a little, like, you know, those little like realistic Barbie dream houses, like, you know, like little girls play with, and like you can kind of like walk in because like it's like for 3, 4, 5-year-olds. So it was one of those right by a tree. So me, my cousin, and this random little white boy. I think he was actually one of the sons of the owners who owned the pit bull. So we all tried to, like, we climbed up on top of this little Barbie dream house, and we trying to get into the tree. So we're climbing on the tree, but the freaking tree, like we're so scared. Like, you know, like when your adrenaline is just pumping, your heart is just racing. But my legs literally felt like jello. Like it literally felt like jelly sticks. So I'm trying to like be calm and like climb this tree, but I kept falling down. Finally, I believe it was his mom first that heard us in the backyard screaming. She comes running out the house along with her husband, and then my dad and like a lot of my uncles come running out of the house. It literally took like, first I remember like the woman, like the mom and the wife, she literally like she catches up to Sheba. She's trying to grab her, but Sheba is literally like that's another thing. So again, like it was 12 to 15 kids, and it's like a big grassy area with some trees, right? And then like that's where we was playing baseball. We all just scattered. As soon as somebody said, "Oh my gosh, Sheba is out. She's out of her cage," we scattered, right? So Sheba is kind of confused. It literally, again, like this dog was so fucking intimidating and scary looking, just menacing. She literally is like, it's almost like she was confused. She was like kind of running around in a circle because like we had scattered all over the damn place. So it was almost like she was trying to figure out which one of us she wanted to eat. But as soon as like she would come over in this direction, like she would run towards us, them kids would like just scatter and just start running, like trying to climb up on a tree, trying to climb a fence, something. So like again, like she's starting like just circling, like she just doesn't know where to go. It was so terrifying. Finally, the mom grabs her by like her collar. Then her husband grabs her, right? So it's two adults, and then my dad and like a lot of my uncles. I think it was like two of them, right? It literally took 5 people trying to push this damn dog, trying to push Sheba back into her cage. But eventually, thank God, they were actually able to do so. Listen, I have owned nothing but pit bulls growing up as a child. I believe I only had 4 dogs, and they were all pit bulls. When I was 9 years old, I also had a cat named Jada Pinkett. Without fail, like we would always adopt these pit bulls, or we would buy them from someone, or either we would buy them, or somebody would just give them away for free. Like it was like a pit bull that just had a litter of puppies, and like somebody would give them to us, or we would pay like for a cheap price for them. Without fail, guys, we would adopt them as puppies. We never abused these dogs. We never mistreated these dogs. We never starved them, denied them water, nothing. Around the 6 month mark, right? If you know pit bulls around 6 months old, they're about they're pretty big. Like they're not big enough to do damage, but they're on their way to do the damage. But around that 6 month mark of them being puppies, they usually almost all four of them became aggressive. That's what I'm saying. One bit my 2-year-old niece at the time. He was actually, remember, we had two pit bulls. They were sisters and brother. They were sister and brother. Coco was the boy and Carmelo was the girl. And one day, one of them were eating out of their bowls. Like, you know how dogs, especially pit bulls, are really aggressive. So while they were eating out of the bowl, like a little bit of the food, like the little doggy pebbles came out the bowl. My niece at the time, she's only 2 years old. She picked up the little piece of dog food that fell out the bowl, tried to place it back into the bowl, immediately just started snarling, bit her finger, just like that. There are numerous stories of pit bull maulings, like literally, like that's kind of what inspired this video today. So I believe just last week, it was a black man, and this is a man. I believe he was actually impoverished and he didn't have a lot of food to eat. So his dog, as the story goes, again, like this happened sometime in Brooklyn last week. This happened in Brooklyn last week. The dog ended up mauling him to death because that's how, I guess, starved it was. Now I'm sure like a lot of the pit bull defenders will say, well, yeah, that dog was starved. But that's not the only one. It's been so many cases. It's not just like some random attacks. Usually you'll hear about pit bulls just like roaming the streets and they'll attack a child or so, or like some innocent person. But in this case, you're starting to see more and more pit bulls mauling their owners. And the owners are not violent towards them. They're not neglecting them. They're not mistreating them. They raised them since they were a puppy a lot of times. Okay, this dog did not have a previous owner that was abusive, that they have trauma that they've experienced from a previous owner. But these dogs are mauling their owners and the owner's children, especially the little babies, and it's so sad. What is a pit bull? So the pit bull terrier can be like several different breeds of dogs, but they were bred in the UK in the early 19th century for blood sports. Again, for blood sports, either for fighting or for hunting down rats and other vermin. They were also bred for bear and bull baiting. Do the math. They are bred pretty much to kill, steal, and destroy. It's been said, it was a study done like back in the 90s, between 97 and 1998, in that one year, over 67% of human dog bite fatalities were because of pit bulls. They're very much more likely to attack than any other dog breed unprovoked. They're very vicious. They have very strong facial muscles, and like their bite is very, very, very strong and painful. They have this viciousness. This again, like because they're literally bred to fight bulls and bears and shit like that. Pit bulls literally have this tenaciousness about them to the point where they will not stop attacking even if they are in great pain. I have seen a police video. It was a police video. It was a pit bull that was roaming the neighborhood terrorizing people. The police show up. They shot the damn pit bull in the head. The pit bull was still like moving around trying to attack. Back in 2021, it was September 11, 2021. News reports had broke that, if you ever heard of him, I'm sure that you guys heard of him, the dog lovers, the dog whisperer, aka Cesar Millan. His pit bull killed Queen Latifah's dog. And Cesar Millan, the dog whisperer, not only did his dog kill Queen Latifah's dog, it was also responsible for many other dogs being killed. Think about that for a minute, guys. The dog whisperer. This man is like, he calls himself the certified dog whisperer. Like, he understands dogs, what they need. He understands, how to stamp out aggressive behaviors in dogs and things of this nature. The fucking dog whisperer dog, his pit bull, and to be more specific, killed Queen Latifah's dog. Just understand, if you have a pit bull in your home, you have a deadly weapon in your home. I want to talk about the personalities of many pit bull owners. Now, Like overall for both men and women, it's kind of like the same, but again, it's kind of different. For men, I feel like a lot of them, when we see like a male pit bull owner, it's almost like he uses the dog as a sense of security to protect his home and himself, and he also uses it as a way to like project his masculinity and to project his strength, and he kind of wants to seem intimidating and menacing. Women who are pit bull owners and like very much like pit bull defenders, they come across as weird and like just ghetto. I'm sorry. I just gotta keep it real. Like I've seen this time and time again. Like have you noticed like a lot of women who are pit bull owners, they kind of sexualize their pit? I've heard many women like describe their pit bulls or a pit bull that they see. They say like, "Oh, he's sexy." Like, why are you calling a dog an animal sexy? I've heard many women call either their pit bull sexy or some random pit bull they see sexy. Also, like a lot of women tend to like baby the pit. Say they call themselves a pit mom. No lie. Back when I was living in Florida not too long ago, in my apartment complex. Now this is what I mean when I say like it's a kind of like a personality trait for some people who actually own pit bulls. I'll never forget. I think I was on my way to like the pool at my apartment complex or to get mail. I don't know, but I seen like this small woman. Like she was like no more than 5'1". She was out with her freaking pit bull, big ass menacing looking ass pit bull. It was like doing this business. She was taking out to potty or whatever. As soon as I see it, I turn. I literally just stop. I froze up. I stopped walking dead in my tracks. Do you know this heifer literally just started like cackling, just bust out laughing? Like, I believe a lot of dog owners, specifically pit bull owners, they kind of get off or they feel some sort of pride, joy, and satisfaction at the fact that their pit bull intimidates you or it scares you. And that's fucking weird. Pit bulls are currently banned in Ontario, Miami, Florida, and Denver, Colorado. Really quickly, I want to show you a video of a pit bull versus a freaking horse. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Stop. I just saw that video. It's a freaking 2,000 plus pound. I think it's called a clandestine horse. I don't know what kind of horse it is, but it's over 2,000 pounds. The pit bull is attacking the horse. The horse literally kicks the fucking pit bull on the ground hard as hell, and the pit bull is relentless. Again, like they have that tenacity, that tenaciousness. Like they just won't. They don't know when to quit, even if they feel great pain. Even if it's again, I seen a video of a freaking cop shoot a damn pit bull in the damn head, and it was still coming at him. It's just crazy. Pit bulls are killing machines. They need to be banned. I will never own one.